Hola a todos, ¿qué pasa? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Okay, cool. So, this is going to be looking at our midterm. So this one's not going to be very long. I'm not going to really teach anything. It's just going to be, here's what you need to do for your midterm. If you need to review stuff, go look at previous lessons, go look at previous PPTs, look at the homework. Cool. So let's look at the midterm stuff. So, the midterm is 30% of your grade. Okay. It has it's total of 30%. It has 3 parts. Okay. And one part is an exam, which is going to be 15% of your grade. And it's broken down to 3 parts. It has a listening part, which is 10 points, a reading part, which is 10 points, and grammar and vocabulary part, which is 20 parts. I was just going to have I was going to try and make it a grammar part and a vocabulary part, but it was kind of difficult to separate them. So I just put them together. And you'll see why. They kind of go together anyway. Cool. So listening, reading, grammar, vocabulary, and then those are their points. 10 points, 10 points, 20 points, for a total of 40 points. I was also going to do a speaking part for the test, for the exam, um, and then make it all even and stuff. So like 10 points for that, 10 points for that, 10 points for that for those two, and 10 points for speaking. It's still going to be worth 15%, but then I'm going to have you do an oral presentation. So that'll be your speaking part. Okay, cool. Great. So next thing is the oral presentation. That's 7.5% of your grade. And a written assignment, that's also 7.5%. So pretty much those two are 15%. This one's 15%. That's kind of like my idea behind it. It's like you're getting more than just points from a test. You also get stuff for just speaking and just writing. So it's kind of like make it kind of even, I guess, instead of just one big test for your total grade, which is kind of not good. Okay, so let's look at all that stuff. All right, so this is the breakdown for the oops, sorry, I'm trying to make my picture go away. So this is the breakdown of the rubrics and stuff for the written and the oral presentations. So anyway, pretty much the written one is broken down into 4 parts. Pretty much, do you cover all the points required? That's pretty much, do you do what you're supposed to do? If I say do all these things, I give you like 5 things to do. Do you do all of them? That should be easy. Is your spelling correct? This is pretty much going to be like a take-home kind of assignment. It's not going to be done under a time limit. It's not going to be done with me watching you. So you can use stuff to help you. Hint, hint. And so your spelling should be perfect. Same thing with vocabulary. Should be perfect. Should be easy. Same thing with your grammar. You should not be making lots of mistakes. And then oral, the oral thing does the same kind of thing with cover all the points required. Once again, do what I tell you. Is your speech fluent? So that means how quickly and naturally are you talking? So are you talking like I'm talking right now? Are you talking like Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Michelle, soy de los Estados Unidos. Are you talking more like Hola, me llamo Michelle, soy de los Estados Unidos? Okay, that's not fluent at all. That's not good. That's probably gonna be a 0. Okay. Control pronunciation. Okay. Um, One student, Dulce, was asking about accents. So accents, like the with the A over the A, the E, the I, the O, the little thing that goes up. With the spelling, you have to get those correct. Absolutely. You should have no reason for not getting those correct because you're doing it at home by yourself, at your own time, at your own pace. So that should be correct. With the speaking, with the pronunciation, I don't really care if you have the Latin American accent or a Spain accent. You can say corazon, you can say corazon, you can say or some things, España or España. I don't care. Just as long pronunciation, as far as I care, is you say it in a way that people can understand you. So if you say Los Estados Unidos, fine. Los Estados Unidos, fine. You say Los Estados Unidos, no. Unidos is wrong. Okay? Same thing like if you say that somebody works at una universidad, good. You say someone works at una universidad, no. That's not right. That's a mistake. Okay, stuff like that. Your vocab's good and correct. Your grammar's good and correct. Okay? Cool. Pretty much these are breaking down to how many mistakes you make for each one. Fluency is like how fluent are you? Very good, very natural, not somewhat, and not very. Pretty much natural speech is like this. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Okay, that's very good, very fast. A little bit is like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Michelle. Okay, that may be a bit around here. Just being very worse than that. Hola, me llamo, me. That's gonna be there. Not good. Okay, so it should be pretty easy. Alright, so now this is the parts of the listening exam. So now we're back on the exam, looking at the listening part. So there's gonna be 10 questions for the listening part. There's gonna be 1 point per question. Okay, and there's gonna be things on time. So you'll hear somebody telling the time and answering questions about a introduction. So you hear someone do a self-introduction. Not me. I found some other people to do it for me. I made recordings. I have some friends to do it for me. Okay. For the time section, you'll hear somebody telling time. You please write down the time. You have to spell them out. You have to spell it out. You cannot just use the numbers. Here's an example. Son las ocho menos cinco, and then I'll be making this myself. Son las ocho menos cinco, son las ocho menos cinco, and then you spell it out like that. Okay? And then it needs to look like that. And there will be 5 of them, 4 of them. Okay? And then I'll be looking at pretty much your spelling, and does it make sense? Is it correct? All that stuff. All right, so definitely look at how to spell the numbers and how to spell all that stuff. Cool. Oh, there will not be like de la tarde, de la mañana, medio noche, medio de no, just simple stuff like this. 8:15, 8:30, 8:10, 12:44, anything like that. All right, for the self-introduction part, you'll hear someone introduce himself. Not me. One of the other people have asked. Please answer the questions below about him or her. I have like a couple of ladies that have done it for me. I also have one guy that's done it for me. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use for the actual test. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do actually. I won't tell you. So the example that you guys have for your practice, so like one of your homework kind of thing for the last class and the classwork for this class is a practice test, which is pretty much like a study guide, a practice test. We have a guy. I made his name Mike. And so you listen to Mike introduce himself, and then we have these questions about where he's from, de dónde es, de dónde vive, a qué se dedica, qué idiomas, no wait, sorry, not idiomas. This should be lenguas. I didn't teach you guys idiomas. Lo siento, chicos. So idiomas means the same as lenguas. Okay, I need to fix that later. So lenguas. So ¿qué lenguas habla? What languages does he speak? ¿Cuántos años tiene? How old is he? ¿Cuál es su número de teléfono? You'll hear him give his phone number, and then you just write down the answer. You can just write down the numbers. You don't have to spell them out. Do not have to spell them out. Okay. This one you don't have to use full sentences. Like, where is he from? If he says he's from like Spain, you just write España. You don't have to say es de España. No, just España. So this one's just me knowing that you can understand what he said. I don't care about full sentences on this one. All right, now on to reading. So there's gonna be 5 questions, 2 points per question, and it's gonna be based on a self-introduction, like short paragraph. This is also from the practice test I gave you guys. Read the following text about the person below, answer the questions about them. You have to use full sentences. This one you do have to use full sentences. Alright, so we have this from Joy Zhang. ¿Cómo se llama? Se llama Joy Zhang. ¿De dónde es? ¿De dónde vive? ¿A qué se dedica? ¿Dónde trabaja? ¿Qué lenguas habla? Alright, cool. And now this is on your practice test. So cool. And then yeah, this is pretty much exactly what the test is going to be. Except I'm going to switch up the person, where they're from, all that stuff. But Same kind of idea. If you can do this well, you should be able to do fine on the test. Okay, now to the vocabulary and grammar part. It's going to consist of time. There's going to be 5 questions, 2 points each for time. Classroom objects, 4 questions, 2 points each. And the other thing with people, with their nationalities, where they're from, their countries, the job, and where they work. There's going to be 3 different people, and each one will be worth 4 points. Okay, so let's look at that. So for the time, you're gonna have the time here, and then here you just write it out, and you have to spell out the numbers. So like here's an example: 8:55 plus 9 menos 5, like that. Easy, eh? And then you just do that, and then you get your points. Cool. And so pretty much I'm gonna be looking for if you have the right thing here with son loss or as law, and then also if you spell out the letters, the numbers right, and everything. So that's gonna be your vocab and grammar part. Cool. Classroom objects. So it's gonna be like this. This is in the practice test. Write down the classroom object, what it is, include the correct article. Make sure your spelling is right because my spelling is not correct right here. That should be correct with 2 R's. Correct article. That's probably not how you spell article either. But yeah, 2 points per question. Alright, so as una mochila. So here is where you will get your grammar point. This is where you'll get your vocabulary point. Pretty much like that. That's why it's grammar/vocabulary. Okay. These may be on the test. These may be the ones on the test. They may not be. So be sure to look up the rest of the classroom objects. Okay. And now we have the one with the people. So there's 3 people. Each one has 4 sentences. Asking about their profession based on the picture, where they work, where you would think they work. So like if they're like a computer technician, they're probably gonna work in a business. If they're like a teacher, they're probably gonna work in a university or a school. Okay, if they're a waiter, they're probably gonna work in a bar. That's what we know. Okay, so easy. So say their profession, say where they work, where they're from. So they're from this country here, and then this part their nationality. Okay, I want their nationality. Okay. And then be sure to match it according to gender. Okay. If so, okay. And then also make sure you get this one right. Make sure you say un or una. And then make sure you get the capitals correct. So make sure you get spell out the country right and spell out the nationality right. Okay. Cool. I don't think no, these are not the ones on the test actually. These ones are a little bit different. Okay. Some stuff to review. So whenever we do our practice thing together, we're pretty much gonna be doing stuff like this. I'll have a person with a job, and we have how old he or she is, where they're from, where they live, what languages they speak, and their phone number. And pretty much that's just gonna practice pretty much everything. And then I'm also gonna have some review stuff with the classroom objects and professions and nationalities and where people work and time. So I have lots of review stuff that we're going to practice when we do our review stuff together in our groups. Not right here, because I put it here, you're going to see it, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. But yeah, so se llama Rosa. Ella es profesora, trabaja en la escuela. Ella tiene 26 años. Ella es de Colombia. This is the Colombian flag. Ella es colombiana. So ella vive en Inglaterra. So now here's our house in the UK, in Inglaterra, England, whatever. And habla inglés y español. En su móvil o su número de teléfono es el 1-359-50872. Like that. Alright, and that's it, guys. So I will see y'all later. Good luck, study hard, and I'll see you when we do our practice together. Adios.